What's up, everybody? Matt Nuzzo over here at Reel to talk to you about the Armstrong Fuselages. So Armstrong has 4-length fuselages, and that gets really confusing for people because they're like, why do you need so many fuselages? Well, Armstrong's like 5 years ahead of most other people in the foiling world, and so he understands that the fuselage length is going to drastically change how the foil's riding and what you're capable of doing with that foil. So I'm just going to run through the different sizes and tell you kind of what's for what and why. So this is the 50-centimeter fuselage. This is a more advanced fuselage. So when you decrease the size of the fuselage, the board's going to get a lot turnier. It's going to be a lot quicker rail to rail, a lot more squirrely feeling too. So the people riding this are like advanced wake foilers or advanced foil surfers. That's most of the people that are riding the 50-centimeter fuselage. When you bring the stabilizer that close to the front wing, it's going to be super loose and turny, and the riders that are like ripping it right in the pocket want to have that super short fuselage so you can really decrease the radius of the turn. So 50, awesome if you're an advanced rider, but it's pretty limited to being for advanced foilers. The 60, this is going to be their stock fuselage that comes in most of the kits. You know, most foils are coming with like a 70, from other brands. The Armstrong went with the 60 because his foils are crazy stable anyways, so this allows you to have a faster turning radius, but because of the design of the foil and the wings, they're really stable anyways. So 60 is your stock fuselage. This is what I ride most of the time for kiting, surfing, and wingy thingy. It's good for pumping, good for turning. It's kind of, a great all-around length for the fuselage, and it makes, it definitely, I noticed jumping onto this foil, it was like, man, this foil feels super stable. And then to go to turn it, it felt really turny. It was like, it kind of had the best of both worlds. So 60, that's your stock in all the kits except for the new 1600 kit, which the 1600 kit, new 1600 kit is going to come with a 70. So the 70 fuselage, this is going to be pretty stable, right? So it's going to make the most noticeable thing when you get on this fuselage is that the stability really increases, and your turning radius is going to have to be a lot longer turning radius. So when you're beginning, if you want to have a real stable platform, going to the 70-centimeter fuselage is really going to give you that stable platform, and that's for any sport. You want to start getting into turning, then you're going to want to have a little bit shorter fuselage. I've also found with the 70, I'm using this for real small days foil surfing because it just pumps like crazy. So like when I'm, like it's real small and no be pumping, you just get a ton of glide. And the reason that is when you put the stabilizer farther back, the longer fuselage allows to level the wings, so you're not going to stall as easily. So you're just more efficient with the longer fuselage. Again, the turning radius is a lot more drawn out, but the pump and glide is significantly more. So when I was learning to ride the wingy thingy, I used the 70, just wanted that real stable platform so I could just focus on the wing and not have to worry about the foil. And then so when I'm teaching people to foil, a lot of times I'll put them on the 70 just for, kind of training wheels, and then move them down to the stock 60 because it definitely is a lot more fun. And the 60 is still really easy, but the 70 just makes it like super, super easy. And then we've got the 80, similar to the 50. It's kind of like a really niche group that's using the 80. You can see the spacer they put on the front that brings the front wing out further out in front of you. 80 he designed for windsurf foiling. You just want to have that super stable platform. Again, doesn't turn that great. It's really kind of quite stiff when you have that long of a fuselage. But it does glide like crazy, and it does give you an ultra stable platform. So by far the easiest to ride is going to be the 80, but it is going to be pretty stiff rail to rail in turning. So again, it's great for windsurf foiling, and it can be good as a training tool, but for straight beginners. But I find people moving into the 60 or 70 is kind of a lot more the sweet spot is. Again, most people are riding the 60. That's what I ride. 90% of my sessions is riding the 60. And that's why I put the 60 as a stock in the kit, because that's kind of what works the best for all-around overall use. 70 is a good accessory, and then 50 and 80 just depends if you need those specific, if you're super advanced or super beginner is kind of going to define if you're going to the 50 or to the 80. If you have more questions, you can give us a call at the shop. It's 252-987-6000, or reach out online at realwatersports.com to get more reviews. Get us hooked up. We'll see you guys on the water.